mouse goes up and down like it's supposed to.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. How is it going?
It goes up and down like.
Oh, okay. I'm muted. All right. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to my channel. It is day 25 of Camp Nano. Hope everyone's camp is going well. I'll let my co-hosts introduce themselves and let us know what you're working on. So we'll start with Nia, and then we'll go around.
All right, awesome. Hi, I'm Nia, the Vixen of Fiction. I'm here on YouTube. I'm also on Twitch and Instagram. And I host AutoTubers React. I host Writers Wrap Up, and those will both be next Saturday. So come join me for those. And I also host Scripting the Book. And Morgan is one of my co-hosts, and we just wrapped up Bridgerton, so go check those out. And I write historical fiction, sci-fi, fantasy, and I'm a genre hopper. So for Nano, I've been working on a romance mystery thriller and having fun doing something different, writing something in contemporary times. I'm like, do I do this? Do I do that when it's contemporary? Because with fantasy, you just make it up and it works because you made it. So I'm having a good time doing something different. That is me, Laura.
Nice. My name is Laura Nettles. My channel is called Laura Nettles, and I do horror mostly. I have finished the compilation of my horror collection called Tiny Shivers. It is underway with beta readers at the moment. So for Nano, Camp Nano, I finished that, and now I've been working on podcast scripts. So I'm currently, right now, in the middle of editing the audio for episode 6 that comes out Friday. And episode 7 is being drafted as we speak as well. So, yeah, that's me.
Awesome. I'm Kristin. I go by Kristin Writes a Novel here on YouTube and over on Instagram, which is where I mostly hang out. And I write young adult, new adult fantasy. And tonight I'm working on edits for book 1 of my trilogy. I've been working on it this whole month, trying to get ready to go to an editor. So continuing onward tonight.
Awesome. And my name is Morgan Lee. Of course, you're here on my channel. Tonight, I will be continuing to work on book 3 of my trilogy. I don't know what chapter I'm on. I think I'm up to chapter 4 right now. So it's coming along rather nicely. And I'm excited. So, yeah. And let's say hello to everyone in the comments. So hello, Cool Gamer. And Jordan is here.
Jordan.
Hello. In this radiant life.
Hey.
And JL, hello.
Hey.
And Gwenna's here.
Oh, hug.
And Joanne, hello.
Hey, Joanne.
Got some subscribes.
Yay, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Tiffany's here. Hello.
Tiffany.
And thank you, Cool Gamer.
You're awesome.
Cool Gamer is always telling us that we're awesome.
We're awesome.
So
Yes.
hearts for you.
Yep. Hi, Lauren.
Hello, Lauren. My sister Sierra.
Oh.
Sister in the house. Hey, Maggie.
And hello to Maggie and Savion. Hello.
Savion.
All right. So yeah, let us know in the comments what you're working on. How's camp going? All of those good things. I think I'm at I'm close to 20,000, I think. So I switched my goal for the third time to 30K. So I think I can hit that by the end of camp. So yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good, I'd say.
Yes. Yeah. I hit my goal already, but I upped it. So technically, in my mind, I haven't hit it until I get my next number. I just didn't know how the month was going to go because of all of the things we have going on. So I set my goal low. And I'm like, oh, I could have done better than that. So, so yay that I already hit my initial goal. But
yeah,
mentally, I know I can do more.
I think it's best to plan for the worst. Planning for like if you have chronic pain, like if it's a bad time, like you can plan for that,
Mhm.
so that like a goal I can hit.
Yeah. I have a hard time with like overestimating how much I can actually do.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Let's
I do
see.
that sometimes, but I realize I'm not doing any handwriting or any drawing this month because of this. So I was like, I actually, the times I thought I would have less time because I would be out in the neighboring town house hunting, it's made up from the time that I'm not spending drawing or doing any handwriting. So I'm like, oh, I see how this works now. I'm used to doing so many things that it's hard
Yeah.
to like this is what happens when you only have one thing to focus on. It's
Mhm.
interesting. I don't know if I like it yet. I'm just used to having I was telling somebody I feel like I'm perpetually forgetting something. Like I'm constantly like, what am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? Open my calendar. No, we're good. We're good.
Jordan hit her goal, so that's exciting. Congratulations. For Morgan streaming. Yes. Cindy wanted to drop a like. Thank you, Richard. Decided to do one more round of line editing. I'm glad that I did because I've definitely made a lot of improvements and tightened things up. That's good.
Yep.
Working on chapter 16 of my college YA pastry chef rivals to lovers WIP. Nice.
Yay, chapter 16, Joanne. I see you.
Cupcake is making me hungry.
Working on book 2 review so I can hit the plot points for book 1 rewrite halfway through. 400 pages to go. Awesome. That is a really long book.
Yeah.
So I wish you all the luck with that. All right. Well, we're going to hit the ground running here. 20-minute sprints using this cool new owl timer. I love owls from HK.
Oh,
Oh, that's nice.
that
Yeah, I
is
like
little
owls, too.
face.
Mm-hmm. So cute. It's the eyes.
Yes.
Just the floof around the beak.
Yes.
All right. So 20 minutes on the clock, and then we will come back and chat. So happy sprinting, everybody. All right. That was the end of our first sprint. How did everyone do?
I did good. I got 3 paragraphs done. I did a little bit of vlogging, and I have a good stopping point, so I'm going to get my streams posted for the next sprint. I've got a couple streams I've got to get posted, so.
Nice.
Awesome. I finished the edit of episode 6, and I have like a minute left on the listen through before I give it the stamp of approval. Yeah, so that's all I did.
So I layered in some description in this chapter that I'm in, and I think I finished what I needed to with that. So that's good.
Nice. I got 260 words.
Nice.
Yeah.
I need to also pull up YouTube so that I can see the chat.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Stopping by to drop a like. We'll leave it up to the end so you can get credit for the view. Thank you. Appreciate it. And see, when I got 73 pages down.
Hey.
Nice. Yeah.
Got a few sentences written, hoping to finish writing chapter 16 for today's goal.
Awesome.
Yay. All right.
Why is it not popping up?
Okay, so I don't see any more progress updates. Let's see.
Yay, headphones!
I have one that would definitely have been joining in if he had heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know if he's done barking. No, yes.
He's doing quiet ones now. He's like, I'm gonna grab my headphones out at the beginning. Well, they don't. This is Morgan's stream, not yours. Now let's pick it up.
See, Lauren watched Running to Write video on what his setup is.
Oh, hello, puppers.
See, everything is fine.
Puppy.
We are friends.
Yes. Do you want to go back to sleep? He's like, we'll wake up from a dead sleep if he hears dog barking.
Oh.
Look, all big yawn.
Oh.
He's so big now.
I know. You ready to get down? Are you good? Are we calm? No? Oh, he's about to do pride. There it is. He just likes to perch himself on my lap. So I get a pugtail. His name is Loki. Why we named him that, I'm wondering now. You ready to get down? I can't swoosh you down this way. Well, I don't know. Maybe I can. You ready? Swish. Swoosh. Good boy. Lay down.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Go back to sleep. Nothing is happening. No dog friends are coming over.
I lied to.
He does. He's like, where are they? He just looked out the window and everything. He's like, no one's here. And he's asleep just like that. He's snoring.
Same, Joanne.
Oh, gosh.
Give me all the pets.
I don't know if you
He's
can
so
see him.
easy.
You can kind of see him head.
There.
Yep. my gosh. I can't believe he just woke up from a dead sleep for that. And now he's right back.
It's like nothing happened.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm going to ask would you rather questions because my conversational skills are not on par tonight. Would you rather read only one genre forever or never repeat the same genre after reading it once?
Same forever.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I got a
Same
good
forever.
genre.
Yeah.
I got my genre is good. I can. Sorry.
Yeah. Because I would just read fantasy forever.
Yeah, and there's so many subgenres to each genre, so you could just pick one, and then, if you were reading fantasy and you still wanted some romance, you could dive that way.
Yep.
Lots
There's
of
always the
beautiful options.
subplots.
Yep.
Mhm.
You get a little fantasy with horror. You got your
Mhm.
fantasy with sci-fi.
Yep.
Everybody always throws
Nice
in
little
some
romance
in
subplot.
there.
Good.
Fantasy it is. You do supernatural stuff going on with fantasy. Like, yeah.
Same forever. Yeah. I mean, I kind of don't. I mean, I read fantasy and sci-fi. But I mean, you can merge those two together.
Science fantasy,
Science
it's great.
fantasy.
Yep. Star Wars all day long. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they're hard, but this one's like, yeah, no problem. I got this.
I feel like you'd run out of reading material a lot faster with the never repeating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's only so many genres.
Yeah. I mean, then you wouldn't be able to read anymore.
Or you just repeat the same books, I guess. But or maybe not. Can I loophole that with this wording?
Yeah, see, it says never repeat it after reading it once. Then I'd be
Well,
like,
I guess not.
no.
Then you would never be able to read anything else.
It's like,
Like,
you better
just
hope
done.
you
I've
got
read
a
all the
good
books
book.
I read all the genres, and now there's nothing else to read because you can't read it again.
That's
You're
sad.
reading it
Yeah. What if you read something that's not good? What if you're in romance? It's your time to read romance. It's the worst one.
Too bad.
And then they're short also. Oh man. Do you get to read the series? If it's like a 3 or 5 book series, do you get to read the whole series at least, or just the one book once?
I think it's
Wheel of Time.
It's the longest series.
Like at least I get 14 or 17 or however. How many are there?
I don't even know. I haven't read any of them.
There's a lot.
I just know it's a long one, so the most out of fantasy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if I will read it. I plan on trying to read it. But yeah, I don't know.
Yes, Roy. Hello.
Okay. Do you want to start our next sprint?
Mm-hmm.
Your turn, dude.
Yay!
Oh.
Hello.
So fluffy.
Oh, you smell like you were just in the rain.
He looks like such a comfort dog. Like, how do you put him down?
Yeah.
He gets the zoomies. There's your eyes. Oh, his bangs were so bad. I took the scissors to them. It's like we're not waiting. You can't see.
Yeah. We do that with our Shih Tzu because he already can't hear, so we have to let him see. So when his hair grows out, we're like,
Yeah.
Couldn't get this old adult fantasy like that moves a little slow for me. Yeah. I get that.
The fact of a body, a murder, and a memoir.
Huh. A murder animal. That sounds a little interesting. I'm about to write that down.
I mean, you think it wouldn't be boring if there's a murder involved.
Right?
I don't know. I watched a horror movie once. It's the most boring movie I've ever seen in my life. Like, even Mystery Science Theater 3000 couldn't save that thing. It
Oh
was so
no.
bad. It was called Manos, The Hands of Fate. And I believe it was made on a dare, saying anybody can make a horror movie. So they got paid in a bag of dog food and made a movie.
No.
Yeah, and it is terrible. His name's Roy.
Roy.
Like Colonel Roy Mustang from Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh, so that book was good. Okay. The Fact of a Body is excellent. I've already read it once, starting to reread it right now because the book I was reading was too boring to finish. Got it.
Yep.
So
That's why I was like,
good
let me.
palate cleanser.
Yep. I'm like, that's why I'm like, let me take notes on that one. Get that one down.
Morgan, go get your puppy.
I don't know what he's doing. What is it?
I could literally just watch
I can't pick
people
them up.
on screen with their puppies all day. I am the
No, I'm like
worst.
all the puppy live streams.
Emma, come here.
And I don't care how old your dogs are, they're always a puppy to me. So
He's one now.
Being summoned.
Yay, one already. Hey, oh, look at the big guy.
Oh,
Hi.
Ashley head.
oh, look at you.
Hello.
Now
Oh,
I
he
can put
just popped his head up.
the
I'm like,
face to the barks.
Yeah.
Where are you going? No.
So cute.
Hello, GC.
Hey,
hey, puppy attack. Hey, how are you, JC?
We're doing great because we have puppies.
Mm-hmm.
The soft, fluffy ones.
Yeah. And wrinkly ones.
Yay.
What are you doing?
I don't. If I get another boy dog, it will be, so his name is Roy Edward. If I get another one, it'll be Hughes Alphonse. If I get a girl, it'll be Riza Benry. So yeah, I have a problem.
Yeah, we've already said if we get another pug, it's gonna be Thor.
Oh,
My daughter says it has
Get
to be
another one.
tan or blonde, and
Yeah.
I'll call it Thor.
please do that. Yeah, they're always
Aw,
puppies.
Yep, they're always puppies. He's right here sleeping. Oh, JC, you just missed him. He popped up for like 1 minute. He's been asleep, but he heard Morgan's dog, so he popped up for a minute and he went immediately back to sleep. Like an amazing timing. Yep, we could totally do a puppy stream.
Yeah, it's like a reward. You do a sprint, you get to see a puppy.
So the episode I'm editing right now for the podcast is about filling the creative well. And on it, I have a segment called Go Snuggle Your Dog.
Yes.
Yes. Stick your face in their soft fur.
Aww.
Have them purr. Like
Mhm.
dogs, rabbits, cats, whatever. Just all the fluff.
Yes. Yep. I'm like, I'm that person that has dog hair all over their clothes now. That's me, and I don't care.
It's so weird because my rabbit would shed all year round. I would have extra bunnies of hair everywhere. And he's hypoallergenic, so it's like, this is a nice change.
Oh, that is, yeah. Our Shih Tzu's like that. It's like, yay, no shedding. The other dogs, though, just little tiny hairs, just little ones.
He sheds like crazy. But he has a lot of long hair.
Oh,
My
look.
parents picked my dog up for me and held him for a few months until the border opened so they could get him across into Canada for me.
Aw.
Because all the breeders up here were like 2-year wait list at least. And there were none in any of the shelters that were within my region that would allow people to have one. And yeah, so he's a US puppy. He's American. My mom's allergic, so she's like, you have to get a hypoallergenic dog. Okay.
I'm allergic too, but I don't care. I love dogs anyway. Yeah, I just stay on my allergy medicine, and the kids have to bathe all the dogs. Like I can bathe the Shih Tzu, but that's about it. But because I usually just do them all together, the kids have to bathe them.
Mm-hmm.
So we do a lot of dusting and vacuuming. I'm like, it's totally worth it. I couldn't do cats though. Cat dander. I can't handle. It's too much, like swollen up. So, but they're cute. I just like to look at other people's cats.
It's like if a dog could purr, they might be perfect.
All right, so let us do our next sprint. Get some productivity done.
The floofy owl.
All right, 20 minutes on the clock, and then we'll come back and chat. So happy sprinting, everybody. All right. End of sprint number 2. How did everyone do on that one?
I'm in the same place, Nia. The end of my toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yum.
But
I was
it's strawberry
as soon as I put it in
raspberry.
my mouth. As soon as I put it in my mouth, I heard bling. I'm like, I got caught. I got both of my thumbnails done. I got some tea, latte style, because I like milk in my tea. And Loki woke up and followed me. I tried to sneak out. It's not possible.
Roy is so weird. I have to leave the door open and be within sight so he eats his food. As soon as I'm out of sight, he's like, "Where are you? What are you doing?" It's like, "No, go get your food."
You're safe to eat, little guy.
Yeah.
I promise I'm not breaking into anything that you want to eat. Well, you might want to, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, that part.
I did more descriptions. Yeah, I'm an overwriter, but I underwrite descriptions of like people and settings. So now I have to go add that on, which is not helpful for the whole I want to cut words from my draft thing, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got the headphones on. Yeah, I don't know how he can still hear it.
I got about 100 words. Yeah, I was distracted on that one. But yeah, got about 100 words, almost done with this chapter. Don't really know how to end it, but it's coming along.
Awesome. I finished editing episode 6, downloaded it, and now I'm uploading it. So, hurrah! Progress!
Yay.
Yay.
I swear, he has amazing ears. I don't know how he can still hear it, but
Pretty impressive.
maybe if I turn the volume down. Don't.
Only 40 pages that time, but in my defense, I actually got to the thick of the plot. Over halfway done. Yay. Fun. But yeah, that's a pretty impressive.
I don't know if I can even read 40 pages that fast.
Yeah.
Standing guard.
Oh,
Yeah, so Gwen, are you reading all of these? Like what process are you doing right now?
Or are you just hitting editing notes?
Yeah. See, 2 chapters edited, not writing anymore in edits. Nice. Definitely skimming.
still counts.
Yep.
Speedy.
Shh. Nothing is happening.
But Mom!
I have a little footstool, and now he's sitting on the footstool. And he's making his way up to my lap and the cookies.
Oh, cookies sound good.
I have 3 left. My lavender shortbread.
Oh, how are they?
So good.
I bet.
The box itself is gorgeous. Like,
Oh,
Ooh, cute.
yeah.
love it.
He knows he's not getting any. Yeah, I'm munching on these. They're yummy. But otherwise, I would be munching on butter cookies. I love shortbread
I
cookies.
love butter
So
cookies.
yummy.
I should get some.
I have
Do
more
it.
limited options with cookies, like pre-made cookies. I can't have gluten or dairy, so there's a brand called Partake, and they have really good packaged cookies. But I don't have any right now, so I do have some I made in the freezer though. I might go get some.
The back of this box, like, oh my gosh, it says provincial scenes. She rises, and with it the mauve fields awaken, releasing their seductive redolence. In time passing, she finds shelter in the hills as the scene azure turns a fiery crimson. An impressionist canvas, the likes of Cezanne. It's like, what does that have to do with cookies?
Everything.
Yep. It's like, enjoy this cookie dramatically. You're not getting any cookies. Just stop.
Rewriting book 1 in order to make sure I don't have all the plot inconsistencies from the first time I wrote these 2 books. I'm rereading book 2 and planning changes. Okay. Cool.
Hi.
Only a few sentences done writing the part where the judges introduce each contestant of the second baking competition. Cool.
This sounds like it's going to be a fun read.
Consistencies. Key in a series that's going to be this big. It's a foundation series, 6 or 7 books. For what I will launch an additional plan 3 series for 5 books each. Oh yeah.
I love
a
it.
lot of books.
Yeah, I'm planning something like that too. That's why I need Nia's world building expertise.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have a lot to map out.
Yeah, my fantasy has 75,000 words of world building, but it's also got all the pictures I've drawn of all the places. And my sci-fi, I think I showed you guys the sci-fi last one time when I was on. I think it had like 109,000 words of world building.
Wow.
But that's character descriptions, the history. Because with the sci-fi one, I'm writing it when they're middle grade to high school age, then when they're college age, and then after college. So that's the 3 periods that I'm going through. So they also, their parents, because they're legacies, they have a history with their parents. So I had to write what their grandparents did that made them, become
Famous.
Galactically known. Famous throughout the galaxy. And with my fantasy, though, that one, it's like, it's going to take place in 2 different, I've got 2 time frames, and then one is going to take place in the other world. So we've got, basically it's got 3 realms. One's going to take place in the Fae realm, and it's going to have at least 2 books. I've got 2 that I have mapped out, but I've got 3 dragons, so I don't know if I want to make 3 books for that one. And then in the what they would call their regular world, I'm gonna have 1 series that takes place in the past and 1 series that takes place in what is their present. So I have a whole timeline of hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That'll be really fun to see it come out,
Yeah.
I like that.
If they're both so huge though, it's just, that's the difficult part, is because I'll be working on one part and then I'll want to go back to the other part. So getting one part done all the way through, which the one that's closest is the current sci-fi. I have bits and pieces of the sci-fi from when they're middle grade. And then I have the full outline with some drafting done for when they're for the YA new adult part. So, yeah, but because it's also, I've got comic books to go with it that I'm also drawing. It's very complicated. So making sure that that's consistent, because you can't put everything in a comic that you actually write out in a novel. So
Right.
Yeah.
And they're very, very, doing them is very different. I find myself wanting to put all of that detail in the comic whenever I'm writing out the scenes. And I'm like, no, I can't. I just have to give them their dialogue and leave it. And I'm like, oh, but there's so much more. Back to the novel.
Are you doing them both at the same time?
Yeah, I'm kind of doing it simultaneously. So, yeah, I'm very paranoid about errors, because I feel like if I put something out and I leave something out that's important, I'm going to be like, no. So I just want to everything. I'm just weird that way. It's just a me thing. Don't be like me, people.
Well, it's a huge project though too, so it would be easy to kind of forget where you're at or let something fall through if you weren't being so meticulous about it. So I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. A lot of sense to me. Even like writing this trilogy, I'm already noticing things like I forgot, like from book 1, that I like, oh, did that happen or did this happen? So yeah, it's tough, especially since it's been so long since I wrote book 1. So now writing those
And
last
some of the
few.
bigger published books have continuity errors and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so I love Harry Potter. And my sister reads them to me in a British accent over the phone.
Oh.
And so my sister's amazing. So like if I ever have a bad day, she'll just read me a chapter or 2 from Harry Potter. We're on book 5 right now. No, 6. We are on 6 now. But it's a lot of bad days.
Oh no.
Yeah, we were reading the 4th one. And when the wands connect and the spells come out in reverse, like, hold up. Harry's parents come out in reverse order of when they died, but like they mess up the order. I was like, how do they not catch this?
Yeah, I'm that person too. I'm not going to say what sci-fi show it was because I love it. It has books too, and I read the books to it also. But one of the characters named the child after one of the parents, and it's the wrong name, and it's just like.
How did it
So then they had to go back and say, oh, well, let's just make that her mom's name, and we'll say it's a matriarchal society, and we're all like, we'll allow it because that is the child's name at this point. It's already done, and they're like, our bad.
Gosh.
It's like, wait, that's not her dad's name.
Oops.
Yeah. So I'm with you, Laura. I would catch it.
Yeah.
Joanne is asking what's the name of the cookie of the shortbread cookie box company.
Hobby and Sons.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think they come in a bunch of different flavors, but this is the lavender one. I got it from a afternoon tea company that delivers here. So it came with scones and preserves and lemon curd and clotted cream.
All of the things.
Yes. Made my week.
And yeah, if I finish before I doubt I'll be satisfied. Yeah. Spin-off and prequel series probably take up the majority of our lives.
Yep.
That's way too much. Like, I don't even have a book published yet. Like, I can't have my brain set on crazy long series if I haven't even finished a standalone yet. Like, that's how my brain works.
I kind of went with like, so my trilogy, I have the first drafts written, but I also know that there is possibly 3+ books that could be spin-offs after that I kind of want to write, but I haven't like fully committed to it. So it's like in my brain, but I don't know the details, and I'm not worried about it until after I'm done with the trilogy because I don't want to do too much at a time. And there's other things I want to write too. So
yeah, as long as you
go Tolkien and write the notes and have your kids write it for you later.
That's what I was going to say. Just make sure you write down the notes.
Yes,
because I have that too. I have little, like I call them blurbs, but they're not blurbs. But just like this, I've got an idea for this story. This happens, and this happens, and this is the basics about the world. It's just 1 or 2 paragraphs, so I have it like shelved away, so that if I ever get around to one of the dozens of those that I have, but they're there.
Yeah, I have Evernote on my phone, the app, and it syncs to my computer too, and I have it on the computer. So if I'm out and about, I usually I have a story like ideas folder, and I just make a new note in there. And I have one that I started a note on like February 8th. And now it's like super long because I keep getting ideas for this one series in particular, and I just keep tossing it all on the same note so I can find it later. I cannot be distracted from working on what I'm working on. Like this takes priority, but
yeah.
They need to not lose the ideas either.
Yeah.
Yeah. The notes app in my phone has many little files, I guess, on them of different books. Like, I'll be sitting there, like back when I was working in my YA sci-fi, be sitting there at work and be like, and this could happen, and this could happen. Okay, I'm working, and then this could happen. It's like, yes.
That's me in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh, this goes with that story. Wake up, just let me get it taken out really quick. Okay.
Research this later.
Yes, don't forget.
I'm the most unorganized with my notes, though. Like, they're just everywhere. And sometimes I'll highlight random ideas and like, what was I thinking here? Because I didn't fully write it down. It's like, what was that again? I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me. I got 4 book series planned for Tradpub. That's completely separated. Yeah, I have a bunch as well.
I have a bunch of different ideas.
Yeah, I think my middle grade historical fiction, I think I'm going to try and Tradpub that one. Just because I don't know how else I will find the audience for it. Like with the sci-fi, I know that through YA and through doing a comic that someone's going to find it and then go back and want to read the whole series of it. But with just a general middle grade, I'm like, I don't know how, because the middle graders usually get their books at bookstores or libraries. So, book fairs. So I'm like, I don't know how that works. And I'm really, really bad at doing promotional type stuff. So I'm like, I don't know why I chose I know I chose self-publishing because I want all the control. But I'm really bad at, advertising myself, and I don't know how that all is going to work out. So just for the one that's only middle grade, I think I'm going to have to try and puff it.
Yeah, same. I have that for my middle grade that I'm planning. I'm just going to query it and see if I can get it traditionally published.
Yeah.
I want it to be a series. I know people, like, there's no guarantee, of course, that it'll get picked up for a series. But it's going to be like a episodic or like an anthology series where like they don't have to read in order, so like they're all in the same world.
Goosebumps.
Yeah. So who knows? I have like 46 files for each story. Yeah. Unorganized club. I mean, notebooks, random scraps of paper. I have binders just full of papers I scribbled on.
I have notebooks that I scribble in. I have a middle grade notebook, and I have all my stories notebook besides the middle grade.
Yeah, that's organized. At least you know where it is. Like your ideas are.
Then, like, where to go? I don't know.
All I know is that mine, I just jot them down in Pages, and Pages automatically uploads to the cloud. So
these are my
notes. How I keep it organized.
Podcast. So I started out with notes on the back of a receipt.
That's what I do too.
And then I transferred that to my phone and my notes. And then I transferred those individuals to the messages I sent to the individual people. And those that say yes, I take that, put it in a Word doc, and expand it and make up all my questions. So now I have a condensed Word doc of all of my interviews lined up in order that they're going to happen. So I have,
that's good.
All this stuff.
The only thing I can't do is I can't do the loose paper. Like I can jot stuff down, but it has to be in a notebook. And then I have my notebooks are color coded by what I use sticky notes for tabs because I hate writing in books. So sticky notes is my go-to for everything, all things organizing. I'm like, you can do anything with a sticky note.
I wish.
Even though Eva told me that the sticky notes might take off some of the words from your print, and I'm like, oh, I hope not. And I haven't had that happen yet, so I don't know if it's a specific type of sticky notes that will do that, but I haven't had that happen yet because I don't like writing. I'm like one of those people. I don't like bending my books or folding my books or writing in my books, so I'm like, put a sticky note in there, and it hangs out just a little so I can see where the place is, like a bookmark.
Yeah,
I can't type it.
This is how I write my ideas, just random corners of pages.
I'll jot notes in my planner sometimes, but the problem is a lot of times if I don't take a picture of it on my phone, then I forget about it, and then it's just there in my planner somewhere, floating on a random day I don't remember.
Right.
This is how I do mine. So once this is full, I'll just move it. I'll just keep this and I'll move on to the next notebook. So sometimes one section's not completely used up, but I like to be using one notebook at a time. So even if one section I've only used a few pages, once the other sections get full, I'm like, nope, I don't want to be confused about where we're at. This is a notebook we're on. And I just fold the sticky notes up in the top and I can say, okay. So I have scripting the book stuff. I have AuthorTube React stuff. I have notes to use Streamlabs because I'm that person who's like, how do I find this and do this thing? And then I have just general events and collabs. So like when we have the write-a-thon and stuff like that, I can just, and then when that's full, I also have one, I do the same thing. I have one, I can't reach that for just general story notes and ideas. But I'm not handwriting right now. So, yeah. So everything's going in pages. Which I'm learning to use Scrivener. I saw Morgan also has a Scrivener, like getting started with Scrivener thing. I'm like, I just want to watch everyone's getting started and how to do Scrivener because I'm basically using one thing right now. And I'm like, there are so many things that I could be using on here. And I'm literally just in your basic write the thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to use the whiteboard and I want to use the thing for, like, there's a ton of stuff. And I'm like, they have different short story format, manuscript. I'm like, yeah, we're going back to basic type. just give me a page to write on. Yeah, I need time to learn how to actually make it very functional because everybody swears by it. They're like, it's the best. But then I also want to try Campfire Pro. I'm like, that also sounds like
Campfire. I didn't like it, but I mean, I think it's just me. And then I tried Plotter as well, which is just like outlining method. So it's not really like, I don't think you write in there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just outlining. And
I need an all-encompassing.
All of my Scrivener things. Like there's so much more you can do on here that I just don't use.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if I was organized of like character sheets and stuff like that, it would be good. But I don't usually do any of that.
Yeah, like I have it down when I'm using Pages because I can do all of those things. You can make your whole book in Pages, but I don't think that it's the most streamlined way to do it. Like when I drag stuff into Pages, the simplest thing and it'll move. And I'm like, now I've got to kind of like reshift it. And I don't like that. And then you can try and lock it, but then other things don't move. I'm like, I need you to just all move down together. So there's certain things that Pages is like so close, but not quite. But I can put everything in there. I can put all my images. I can, put all of my character cards and world building stuff in there. It's not the best for, it's like I have to do it all myself. Like I can already see with Scrivener that they have the different segments for it. With Pages, you create that more, and then you just call it that. So once I have time to actually learn how to do it.
Yes, this is my style as well. Forget about it. Find it years later.
That can be fun too.
Yeah, it's like surprise. Yes, especially when it comes to how we do books. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried World Anvil.
Yes, I heard about the new editions. I just started using World Anvil too. So all of the stuff that I have in Pages, I've been little by little putting it over in World Anvil. Because World Anvil kind of streamlines theirs too. And now that I know how to use it, that everything that I'm looking for, I'd be like, where is that? And I'm like, I feel like I'm that person who keeps going on the Discord to ask stuff that was like 5 years ago. But because I just started using it, I don't know where that is. But everybody's super nice. So I think they like the idea that new people are coming in to use it. So they don't mind, answering the most simple, basic questions. And every time I do, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's right there. It's right there. But
You're not the only one.
No, apparently
It
not. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm asking another question. And they're like, that's okay. I'm like, okay.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I always forget about Scrivener until like October 25th, right before I'm getting ready to do NaNoWrimo. And I always go, there's no way I'll set it up in time. And then I forget about it for another year. So this year I've actually thought about it for a few months and I'm keeping my eyes on it. I saw there's a video like walking through some of the features I didn't know existed. And I was like, okay, I think I want this for real. And I'm going to do it before October.
Like, I won Nano and got Scrivener, but it was on my old laptop. And so I don't know how to get it onto my new laptop. So I've just gone back to Word. Word and Google Docs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really need the ability to like swap scenes and chapters around because I write chronologically. So
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Single POV chronological. It's not that complicated.
Yeah. I write fairly chronological, but even when I skip scenes, like I have my document open, so I'll have this is what happens in scene 1 or paragraph 1. So it's all in order. I can just drop down to where I want to write at and write there. So it's still, I'm not writing out of, I can write out of order, but it's still in order in my document. So I never have to worry about moving things or where does something go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know. Like, I tried doing even the placeholder brackets before. I can't do it. It's like I gotta fill it in. I can't move on.
I can't do placeholders.
No.
Nope.
I was writing a reverse cannibal adult horror novel, and my main character was obsessed with operas. And so I was like, okay, he's gonna be listening to an opera. I need one for this mood. And so I was like, insert opera quote. No. Research. It's like, this is for editing. This is not for a fast, rough first draft. No, I had to go onto the Discord. Like, anybody know an opera like this? Like,
I need it right now.
Here's one.
That's fun. I think I only use brackets really for like names of things that I hadn't thought to do, and it's only been
names on the fly.
Yeah, like I mean more names of not like people names, more so like place names. Like, oh, I should have thought about that, and I did not. So
yeah. I do that with them.
Put random letters together. I'm like, this sounds like a city. This is fine.
Trying to come up with a cosmic horror entity. Like, how do you come up with Cthulhu and like Azathoth? So I was like,
yep.
Google search
Sounds
doesn't
like
come up with anything. Okay.
Yep. I'll sometimes just take like 3 different languages and just like mush it together and like chop it to pieces. And I'm like, okay, that's what that is. Does it sound like anything? I can pronounce it. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Like, I was on Fantasy Name Generator and just kind of like was like getting feels of names, and then I just keyboard smashed and like combined a snippet of one with a snippet of a name, and like I came up with Edgekenawat. Like, sure, that sounds like a thing.
There you go. We're going with it. Yeah, I'm good at writing the exciting scenes, and then the boring scenes I'm just like, leave that. So I write all of the exciting things that happen throughout the whole story, and then I've got to go back and do what I call it the boring stuff, but everybody's like, it's not boring, but the connecting parts. I'm like, okay, so now they have to go get from this place to this place where the exciting thing happens here and the exciting thing happens here. I gotta write something. Let's just leave that for later. There's another exciting scene that happens later I can write. Good dialogue in this one. I love writing dialogue, especially arguments.
So. I just use Microsoft Word to edit. I haven't tried for writing aid. So that's my answer.
I like to look up for writing aid, but I haven't used it. I've used Grammarly for like nonfiction writing, but I haven't used it for any of my fiction stuff. I know it has some similar features to pro writing aid.
Yeah.
I've heard Hemingway is pretty good, but I've never used any of those.
Hemingway I like for more of like copywriting and nonfiction stuff, but it doesn't have all the like, I guess, nuance of, it doesn't like long sentences, let's put it that way. And so, if you have a longer sentence and you like that flow and the rhythm of it, then it's just like, no, that's too long.
Is pro writing aid the one that's good if you're doing literary writing? Because I sometimes get commercials on YouTube when I'm doing stuff, and it's like it said like to improve your writing and stuff like that, but different from what Grammarly does, where it corrects it exactly how it's supposed to be. Because when you're writing a story, your grammar and your sentence structure and the things that you're trying to say aren't necessarily the same way you would do it if you're writing an essay,
right,
or a research paper.
What's the one where they scanned all these fiction books like Hunger Games, and then you could see your score versus their score to see like what ballparks you're in? I can't remember what that one was.
Like to get comps, was that?
Like
or
to
just
see,
to see your style,
like your reading level comparison. Your
I've heard about it.
What else was it? Like, I don't remember, but it looked really cool. And then I don't even remember what it was called.
These are the things I need to take notes on when I hear about something.
Yeah.
I need to be like, jot that down. Outline, character research, everything I need.
Yeah, I was looking at Scrivener more for the pre-writing stuff, like getting all of that together.
Autocrit. That's what it was.
Oh.
Let me write that down because I'm going to forget.
Yep, I'm going to write it down too. I'm like, let me write it down before I forget again, because I hear people talk about stuff, and if I don't write it down, I will not remember what it was. I'm like, there was this thing, and it does this thing that I thought was really cool, but. What was it called? Auto what?
Crit. CRIT. They have a YouTube channel.
Cool.
So let's see, what are the categories?
And yes, we still have sprints left.
Yes. Oh, Pro Writing Aid has the scans.
You can compare with famous authors, different books. Oh. Jordan prefers Grammarly.
Okay, so it goes over dialogue, word choice, strong writing, repetition, pacing, and momentum.
Yeah, I feel like Autocrit was the one that I heard about. Yeah. Like one day I'm going to have time to like just try out everything and like really like get my stuff organized and get myself together. Right now it's just like I barely moved from Word to Pages just because it was easier to get all of the things that I wanted. But those are basically the things that I know how to use, Word and Pages. Everybody's always talking about all the cool things that they can use. I'm like, when do you have time to learn to do all these things? Is it just me? Okay, I do have 4 kids, but and like 3 dogs.
I mean, if what you're using works for you, then you don't have to try everything, you know.
Yeah. But I feel like when people talk about it, I feel like this seems like it would work better.
Well, in that case, then maybe make a note and try it at some point.
Yeah. And that's how I did World Anvil. When I got World Anvil, I got it because I won Nano, so you could get like the 50% off thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, yay, but then I didn't use it for the whole year. So I had to win Nano again. And now this year, I'm like, I'm going to learn to use it.
Yeah, it took me years to use Scrivener. Like I had it like once since I won Nano, but it took me forever to actually get into it. Because change is hard.
It is.
$30 a month. That's a little expensive. And was that Word that does that, or which editing software does that? Because I think I did see that in Word. Yeah, Word gives me that
Yeah.
information.
That's cool. Word can do a lot more than I feel like most people realize
Yeah.
and
So
talk
that's all
about.
I use for editing. I don't use anything else. Okay, we should sprint.
Yes, please.
All right, 20 minutes on the clock again, and then we will come back and chat. So happy sprinting, everybody. Turn off the time. All right, end of our third sprint. How did everybody do?
I got my things posted for YouTube. So next week's Author Tubers React and Writers Wrap Up are posted. I just need to go back, and I've got 2 guest hosts on the Writers Wrap Up, and I've got to just get their information and plug it in.
Nice.
I uploaded and scheduled episode 6 of the podcast, and then spent the entire time trying to re-find the document stats in Microsoft Word. Like, I can't find them. I even Googled how to find them. I don't have that button in my Microsoft Word. In this version, I checked the 360 version. I checked the old Microsoft version. Like, I don't have it in mine. I'm so confused.
No.
It says, go to the home, click edit, and then document stats. I don't have an edit button. I have an editing section where I can only find, replace, or select. That's it.
Yeah, I have no help on these things.
Because I know I did it before, and that's how I found out the reading level of my middle grade. But was that on my old laptop? I don't remember.
Oh no. Can you try to Google like can't find it? And then, because sometimes when I have a problem and it says do this, 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 and this, and I'm like, I can't, it's not letting me do that. I'll say, I'll Google can't do whatever the thing is. And then you find other people who had the same problem and if they were able to solve it. I've had to do that many times.
When it says recently, Microsoft restricted most editing stats and functions to the most recent updated versions. So I don't know if yours is updated.
Probably not. It just says Word. It doesn't even say 360 or whatever the heck it is. But I'm paying for it.
I didn't do anything during that sprint. I was distracted because I have an infusion tomorrow, so I was texting my nurse something.
Excuse me, Microsoft Word needs your attention.
What? I've never heard my computer.
No.
I'm like, not me, is it?
I was like, why is my computer talking to me?
Pushy. Okay, Microsoft Word needs my attention. Okay. That was weird.
I was about to get on the phone and call child. I need a child to come figure out why is my computer talking to me.
That was weird. Okay. When we got to part 4, 200 pages to go.
Nice.
270 words that weren't complete nonsense. Awesome.
Always wonderful.
Can't do it on OneDrive, for instance, because I pay for basic access and not premium access.
Interesting.
And yes, that was scary. Edited a chapter, and that scared me. Yes, because I was trying to go to the stats, and then it said that. So I don't know. Yeah. So. I'm gonna pull up another would you rather question.
Those are always good. I always feel like the next couple days after we do an event or something big, I'm just like, where are we? What's happening?
Same.
So all day today, I was like, because I can't day nap. And I'm like, if I could day nap, that's probably what I needed today.
Yeah.
But I can't day nap. So the most I could do was like lay down and listen to an audiobook. but I really wish I could have day napped because I just need that like a day to like decompress. I had a really good time this past weekend, but it's always a lot after it's like whoosh.
Yeah. I mean, because this was a busy weekend, so I'm still not recuperated yet.
Yeah.
The question is, would you rather read only the first page of a book or read only the last page?
First.
Last page. Oh, you know what? Oh, this is a good one.
I think I would just rather not read it.
That's rather not read
It depends on if it's a good first page. Because if it's a good first page, I'll just make it up. I'll just be like, I'll make my own story. This is good. But if it's a bad first page, then it's just like that was a waste of time. But the ending, if I get the ending, that's pretty exciting. But I won't go back and fill it in. I'll just be like, oh, so and so died. The end. Okay. I don't know why it's important. Am I glad that they died? You know?
Yeah.
So maybe the first page, but it's got to be a good first page. Like I need some characters. I need some characters to create a story with.
I'd have to agree with that. I'd say first page. Because last page, you wouldn't know you wouldn't know what happened. Like there wouldn't be anything to piece together. Just.
I mean, you could technically do the same thing just in reverse.
Yeah,
because
like
you would
these
only
people
know the
got
last
married.
page. You'd be like, okay, this stuff is happening now, so I fill in the back, starting from the end and writing the story backwards, basically.
And then what if there's not that much on the last page? So like, what if there's just like this paragraph,
Then
like no
you
characters
just
are
get to use your
mentioned,
imagination.
nothing's mentioned. It just says, I don't know, something.
So I guess it really depends on if you wanna just leave it. If you're able to just leave it and not worry about it, then maybe the end, because you could say, okay, a character died and they won. Ooh, and then you can leave it. But if you're a person like me who can't leave it, it depends on would you rather backfill all the information or create all the information on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm a creative, just give me the characters. I guess because I've done this with a couple of authors who have unfinished works. Like I have my own Sanditon story. So I guess I could do that. Like I've done it before. So I think that's why I would work that way. If there's something unfinished, and it's good, I'll run with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joanne.
Good job.
Woo-hoo. Yes,
You're
enjoy it.
welcome.
You're welcome.
Michael said read only the first page.
There you go.
No, that's what they're for, Gwenna, to torment us.
On the same team.
The first page, because the end might not make any sense.
That's true.
If I read the last page whilst holding the book upside down, because I count as also reading the first page.
Okay, Riddler.
Okay, so are you all wanting to do one last sprint?
I need to pop out, but the rest of you could do one last sprint.
Okay, you want to do your outro?
Oh, sure. Goodbye. I'm Kristin Writes a Novel. You can come find me on Instagram or here on YouTube. I would love to hang out. I love making friends. So come say hi. Don't be shy.
Yes.
All right, have a good night.
Nice
Good
to
night,
see you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye. So do you two want to do another sprint?
Sure. I just logged into Microsoft on the website, and they have Word on there, and so I pasted my document into there, and it still doesn't have a find the statistics of your document button.
Huh.
That's weird.
Oh, no.
The heck?
Is it
Help.
just you, Laura? Or are they just messing with you?
They just hate me.
No. We're all gonna come for them. You're like, stop messing with Laura. She's trying to get things done. Hello, Sleepy.
Okay.
He's he's sleeping, but he's inching closer and closer to my feet, which means I can no longer move my chair. Because even though he has a curly tail, when he sleeps, sometimes his tail straightens. I'm always so paranoid I'm gonna like run over his tail or his leg. I'm like, stay over there, but he just sleeping inches closer.
I type in statistics in the search bar on Word, and it just Googles what does the word statistic mean. Here's a bell jar graph or whatever.
Oh, that's funny.
No, you are so not helpful.
Oh man, they're like there needs to be a Google search that knows exactly what you're talking about.
Well, why are you searching the web instead of searching your software?
Okay. We are going to jump into our last sprint. Give it 20 minutes on the clock, and then we will come back and wrap it up. So happy sprinting, everybody. All right, end of our last sprint. How did everybody do?
Forgot my camera was off. I did good. After I double checked to make sure that all of my co-hosts were in the description properly, I decided to reorder some of my playlists and add the Writer's Wrap Up playlist to my homepage on YouTube. So more admin stuff, but needed to be done. I have to remember to update and keep things kind of fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Awesome. I was writing up episode 7 script and going over the cosmic horror section, pulling like what is the definition of cosmicism and trying to find examples of cosmic horror media. So yeah, so far I've got The Fisherman, The Croning, The Mountains of Madness, Color Out of Space, The Thing, The Void, The Mist, The Block Island Sound, and Europa Report. So
Cool.
I haven't seen a lot of these, but I just watched the trailer for Europa Report. It looks good. So,
Yep.
fun times.
I wrote 136 words.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Excellent. It is, yeah. I'm stream hopping, but I don't have the bandwidth right now to stream hop.
understandable.
I was doing a lot of that this weekend. I'm like, at one time I was on a stream and had 2 other streams going, and I don't know where I found that energy and how I kept it straight, but I did. Today, I'm like, one at a time.
Yeah.
Glenna got 50 pages done. So close. The end is at sight. Yes.
Yes.
And Book Mouse got 234. Awesome.
Nice.
Yep.
It's a straight.
It is.
Yeah.
You guys did good.
Yeah, nice job, everybody. I am getting tired. And yeah, so we are going to wrap up for tonight. So I'll let my co-hosts do their outros and then we will get off of here.
Cool. I am Nia the Vixen of Fiction. You can find me here on YouTube. I'm also on Twitch occasionally and on Instagram a little bit more occasionally. I am a Loki mom and I host AuthorTubers React, scripting the book with Morgan, and I host a Writer's Wrap Up, and we'll be doing next Saturday Writer's Wrap Up followed by scripting the book. So come hang out with us. We'll get some sprints done, and then we'll be super chatty and talk about all kinds of things that are happening in the bookish and writer community. And we have a good time. So if you're also on AuthorTube or don't mind, streaming, hit me up if you ever want to be a guest on either one of those or on scripting the book. And I do the writer thing.
Awesome. My name is Laura Nettles. My channel is called Laura Nettles. I write stuff, mostly horror. I have a podcast called Twisted Tendrils, Horrific Writing Advice. I have a horror collection of micro, flash, and short called Tiny Shivers. So many words. Tiny Shivers. So
Such a cute name. I love it.
little horrors. So if you want to be a beta reader, let me know. Always open for a few more. It's 50K words right now, and I want to cut it down. So, yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Well, thank you both again for hanging out with me. Thank you to everyone in the chat.
It was great. I got lots done. I'm super zoned out today, so I'm glad that I came on here. It forced me to focus and get things done. So thank you so much, Morgan.
You're welcome. I'm glad you got some stuff done. Gonna says thank you. Have a great night.
Night, guys.
Yes. Everyone have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow, also at 6 p.m. Central. So, yeah, we'll see you then.
All right.